Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of The Perfect Finish with me, Silvia Senanayake. As you would have seen in the previous episode, I showed you guys my skincare routine. That's what I do during the day before applying my makeup and stepping out. So right now I'm going to put a foundation, and as you guys know, I play between MAC and NARS for foundation. I mix 2 or 3, so depending on your skin tone, whatever it is, whatever works for you, and always go with the wet, rather damp beauty blender than a dry one. A dry one is like a no-no. So you want to make sure your beauty blender is damp, and then you, instead of like rubbing it all over your face, what you do is you just slightly just push it. You push it onto your skin, right? So your foundation goes all over your skin and your neck and whatever exposed areas, because you don't want, one side looking, a bit more tan than, your face, and you need to make sure that your face actually matches, the color goes with your chest, matches your chest rather. So since I've locked in, I'm gonna seal in now, like my foundation. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my concealer soon after. And guys, concealer, this is how we've been doing it for the past few tutorials. You don't want to like just get a lot like everywhere. So we're doing the base in this tutorial. Like, I'm just gonna show you how I cover up. And I'm gonna go in with the damp beauty blender. And you want to look up while you do this, because you don't want like creases and stuff. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna be showing you how to cover up and how to make sure you don't get those creases. And again, the concealer, I'm not putting it on my eyelid. I have another one for that, which is well, I would say like brighter. So yes, once we use the concealer and cover up whatever areas, I'm going to take my beauty blender and I'm going to slowly put it on my translucent powder. Okay, I think everything flew off. I'm just slowly gonna push it there. And for translucent powder, we're using Huda Beauty Banana Bread. And I'm just going to lightly put it there under my eyes. So you can see it's like this. You always want to look up, because it helps you really get in under your eyes, and never look down when you're using your translucent. So just gently press it. Go upwards, because you don't want to have like the and I'm just gonna leave it there. I'm just gonna leave it there, and then I'm gonna go and use a concealer which is a few shades lighter than the concealer I've used all around my face. So I'm gonna go with the concealer which is a lighter shade, and it's Pure Beige in Pro Concealer. So I'm just going to have, oops, I think I got a little bit too much, but that's okay, because you can always use your blender to blend it out. And you always want to go into the corners of your eye, like here. I just did this right now. because I had a lot of product. But I slowly push it and make sure I get my entire eyelid covered. So you can see it's a lot lighter than the rest of my face, because I wanted to brighten my eye. So I'm now going to like remove the product, because that would be such a waste of your concealer. You just want to like use a beauty blender to push it, and you can see this like before it dries out, though you're not going to leave that to dry out because it's just not going to be helpful. Once that's done, I am going to take a bit of but we're not going to pat it on with product. So once that's done, I just want a little bit of translucent like on top, just to seal the concealer, but not a lot, just a little bit. So while I let that like really settle in, I go for my brows. I know I look hideous right now with the translucent powder. I haven't put a lot of it, it's just a little bit, because this is somewhat what I do every day, like before, you know, it's like an everyday kind of look, so I'm not going to like be doing a lot of bake. So next I go for my eyebrows, and what I do is I just create like this little line and just fill it in, right? All these ones are just see, I did my foundation. I mixed those 3 foundations together. I used my damp beauty blender, and then I filled in my brows. And to lock it all in, like I used my Huda Beauty translucent powder, and then I did my brows because that would give it time. Usually I would dust it off after I'm done with my makeup, like the rest of with my face, and then I would just dust it off. Brush it off rather, and then wear my lipstick. So right now we're gonna brush it off, and so guys, those are the few steps. We used the foundation, the concealer, and we locked it in with the translucent powder. Right now I'm gonna dust it off so you guys can see the difference. And you just slightly brush it off like this. Like you don't have to rub it. You just don't have to push it with your beauty blender. You just have to brush it off. So that's really like that. Those are the few steps, and that's step 1, because we did the beauty, the skincare routine, and then soon after this is what we did. So see you again for the next bit. Thank you.